Hello, hello. Turn on your cameras, please. Welcome to the open house. So good. I see a Jason. I'm Mr. Bernhardt. My name is actually not Momentum Learning. I'm an actual human. I am not a building. Just want to clarify that. Mr. Bernhardt, you can see my name on the screen along with my bit emoji. So I see a Justin and a Jason. I don't see Austin. I see Austin's name. I see Isabella. I thought maybe parents. Are parents here also to kind of watch class? Yes, parents, because I wanted to. If parents are there, give me a digital, either like the digital thumbs up or a literal thumbs up, like your parents are there to watch class with you. Okay, Isabella, are your parents there? They don't have to be, but I'm just wondering because I wanted to tell the parents. I thought I might tell the parents some things about myself as a teacher that probably you don't care about. You just want to know what kind of teacher I am. You might not care about my credentials, my experience, and why I think this would be a good investment for your mom and your dad as far as this class. Okay. All right. I'm thinking about how I'm going to approach this open house. Then I'm going to do it a little bit different than I originally planned. You can give me a moment while we wait to see if anyone else gets here. And I'm actually going to ask you, I'm going to put the question in the chat, but I'm going to ask you to answer it out loud. I'll give you a chance to think about it. But dear student, why do you want to be in a writing class? What do you hope to learn? And even if your parents are just maybe going to make you, I still want you to think, why would you want to be in the writing class? Even if it's the truest reason is why parents are going to make me. That won't be good enough. I think if you think about why you want to be in the class yourself and what types of things you hope to learn, that makes the class more valuable for everybody, for you really. And then I'm going to show you some stuff. If you're in this class, dudes, I'm going to give you all kinds of real written feedback. We'll have individual conferences. I can help you get better as a writer. All right. So everyone's thinking about that question. Okay. And yes, I'm going to, just like I would in class, I do not just sit there and talk at you the whole time. There will be times where I show you a PowerPoint and I share information with you and maybe show you documents. But there will be lots of times where I ask you to say things and ask you to write things right during class. So you'll actually do writing. This is not a lecturing class where you are going to pay to be lectured at or to. It is a writing class where, sure, of course, as the teacher, especially in an online class, I'm going to talk to you like I am now. But I also am going to have you write stuff. And in fact, I will meet with you individually in breakout rooms about your writing. And while I meet with, let's say I meet with Daniel in the breakout room, well, then everyone else, Isabella, Justin, EL, Eric, Shihan, you would be working on the writing that we're doing. And then when I finish my individual conference with Daniel, I might call EL into the conference. Daniel goes back to class and I check in with the class, make sure everyone knows what to keep writing. And I have an individual conference with EL. Okay. And then let me see, where did I put my tablet? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Let me do a screen share. And so I'm kind of doing this to get, if you're going to be in this class, you need to kind of know what will be happening in the class. And then at some point, I'll tell you why I might be a pretty good teacher for a class like this. So, by the way, Justin, what grade are you in right currently?
I'm in eighth grade.
Eighth grade? Okay. Hang on. I want to make sure my volume is up loud enough. Now you see this white beard. I am old and my ears have been blown out over the years, so you'll have to speak up and have a good loud mic. EL, what grade are you in?
I'm also in eighth grade.
Okay, and do you go by EL? That's what it says. Am I calling you the right thing?
Those are my initials.
Okay. Well, let's just go by what I'm sorry.
Do you want me to write my real name?
Sure, if you're willing to. I mean, I'd prefer to call you by something other people would call you by, not just Your initials. You are more than just two letters. You are a human entity who has an actual name. Daniel with no capitalization. I got you, man. You're being kind of subtle there, dude. What grade are you in?
6th.
Sixth grade. Okay. Isabella, how about you?
7th.
I'm sorry, say it again.
7th.
Seventh? I
Yeah.
think I heard you. All right, Eric, what about you?
7th.
Seventh. And Shihan? Are you out? Are you able to unmute your mic, Shihan, and tell me what grade you're in, buddy? If not, put it in the chat. You know, on an online class, sometimes we'll problem solve. You know, a lot of times I would have Shihan probably go restart the computer, and a lot of time, and then a lot of times when you do that, it'll get the mic hooked up. But we gotta be adaptable, man. All right. What would be fun to do next? I think I'm going to ask you a question. And yes, sometimes I sing because you like to hear me sing. You didn't know that, but it's true. You love to hear me sing. You wish that I would sing to you every day. I think that's probably not true, but I'm going to pretend that it is. Ooh, yeah. Look at I'm making this question like nice and big, and then I know I asked you a question in the chat. We're going to get to that too. I'm going to change the text size just a little bit. Ooh, let's make it 72. Okay. And then we're going to play around with this in a little bit. We'll see what you come up with, man. See what y'all come up with. We'll do a little bit of writing today, just so you get a flavor of kind of how we do things if you were going to be in this class. And I really encourage you to do so. All right. So you're going to have to be brave. We're going to start in reverse order now. Shihan, are you there? I didn't get a chat message or anything. There's this question. Why do you want to be in a writing class? What do you hope to learn? And then I asked everyone what grade they're in. Also, I'm curious. So when you unmute to tell me why you want to be in a writing class and what you hope to learn, tell me where you are. I don't know if you're in Texas or New York or North Carolina or Florida. I have kids from all over the place in these online writing classes, so I'm kind of curious. All right. Eric, could you tell us why you want to be in a writing class and what kind of things you hope to learn?
I want to get better at writing.
Okay. What type of writing? Writing for school? Do you write on your own?
Sure.
Okay. What about you, Isabella?
I want to be in this writing class so that I can be better than my classmates at it, and I also write for school.
Okay. What about you, Daniel?
My parents made me because I got a B in writing.
Okay. What do you hope to learn? I mean, of course you want to make a good grade. A B is not a bad grade, but of course an A is always what everyone's shooting for. What do you want to learn other than making an A? Yeah.
You answer the question.
I want to learn to have better grammar.
Okay. So, grammar and mechanics and punctuation are things that definitely I would cover in this class. You'll see when we look at some of the feedback, because you'll get written feedback in this class on the drafts. I'll put them on my iPad. I use different colors you'll see that you'll get some of that. And then, the other types of things that Eric and Isabel, and I'm going to ask Emily and Justin, don't worry. And I like to call you out by name. I want you to know you're part of this class and that I see you and that I'm glad that you're here. That you will get, feedback, written feedback on all kinds of things. So Emily, what do you hope to learn in this class?
There's two main things that I want to do. I want to get like better at writing so I can be better than my classmates because I'm kind of competitive. And I also want to write so I can like learn to tell stories and stuff like that.
Okay. I'm trying to get this volume up because you guys are either the quietest kids that I've ever had or something's going on with my volume right now because I'm having trouble hearing everything that you're saying. You know, it seems like you and Isabella have some competitiveness. You're thinking about your competing with your classmates. Okay. And what about you, Justin?
Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself. I want to be in a writing class so I can make my writing like better, like more persuasive and everything. And I hope to learn how to use stronger language in my writing.
Yeah, that's a good thing to bring up because today in the little mini writing exercise that we do, it'll be all about kind of powering your language. Even though this will have metaphor and analogy in it. It will have then parts of speech, which kind of speaks to what a couple of you said, and then throughout this class I build in all kinds. I've been doing this for 30 years. And so I'm able to build in all kinds of strategies and effective techniques, no matter where you are, whether you're a struggling writer, whether you're already sort of a strong writer, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have some ideas about how to make progress and get even better. And, so Daniel was smart enough to talk about, grammar. And in fact, we're going to be working with parts of speech today and grammatical usage of those parts of speech. Okay. And then Emily brought up and made me think of how I will teach you all the various forms of writing. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a question to think about, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself in this class. And then at the end of our little session, and I won't make it go long, we'll be over by 3 o'clock. By the end of our little session, you'll do some kind of creative writing that builds on exactly what you guys were talking about. Mechanics, punctuation, parts of speech, and getting better as writers. Now that's kind of vague. The thing that I can help you with, hey, there's Mr. Bernhardt. The thing that I can help you with is getting better at writing. Sounds good, but how do you do that? That's where I come in. I have some ideas about how to get better at writing, techniques to get better at writing, strategies to get better at writing. And a lot of kids, that's, you want to get better, but how do you do it? That's where this class really helps. Okay. So let me show you the question. Let me see if the question is ready. And you can pick both when you see the question or one, and you're going to be thinking about this. And then I'm going to show you some other stuff for a minute. So let me make sure the screen share is ready. Okay, it is ready. This is going to be super exciting. You will be filled with immense joy when you see this question. Probably. But you'll like it. What animal or machine are you? What animal or machine are you? You're just going to think about what animal you would be. One that kind of represents, or what machine. Now, machine's very, very open. You have to be creative. Machine could be a whole lot of different things can be called a machine. So try to pick something you think is unique and, but also is about you. So let me go into this little show. Are parents still here? Yes, give me a thumbs up if parents are still here. Okay. Thank you. If your parents aren't there, maybe you want to call them in so they can kind of see that. I don't know if, I don't know what they're doing, but let me tell you a little bit about myself. So, Justin and Emily, and, I saw for sure that Daniel, and I think I just moved this thing. I want to put it this way. And Eric's or Isabel, I'm getting your thumbnails on the side, but call parents in so they can learn a little bit about me as the teacher. Okay, this is I won't talk too much about this, but I want you guys to know that that this would be a good investment. So I got a bachelor's of science in English education, K through 12, excuse me, 6 through 12. That's inaccurate. It should be 6 through 12. At the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee in 1994. Then I came down here to teach in Houston in 95 was my first year down here in Houston. I taught in Houston ISD for 11 years before I came to Fort Bend ISD, which is in Southwest Houston if you're not in the state of Texas or in the Houston area. I've been at Fort Bend ISD for the past 18 or 19 years, I think. I'm starting to lose track. Matt, in 2000, I was a featured teacher in a professional development series that was filmed by Annenberg Corporation for Public Broadcasting and Maryland Public Television. If you Google my name, Joe Bernhardt, in Making Meaning in Literature, you can see, you can even find clips of me, I think, from that video. Maybe the whole video's up there. I got a master's then of arts in teaching from the University of Houston downtown in 2005. So I've had 30 years of experience starting in 1994 in Milwaukee, all the way through today. All English language arts, okay? I am a published author of a teacher curriculum. You can see the book right there on the left-hand side of the screen. It's called Stand Up, Speak Out, the Social Action Curriculum for Building 21st Century Skills. And that was published in about 2005, I think. And then I was also at that time a co-owner of a company that did professional development for other teachers around the state of Texas to help them get their updates in gifted and talented learning. And I did that for about 5 years with the two guys that I wrote that book with, actually. It was a really good time. And the company ended for various reasons. People moved on. I do have 15 years experience teaching SAT critical reading and writing in language, as well as the essay, which is really important because I build that knowledge into the writing lessons I do with you kids. And I want your parents to know that that's what happens. I'm able to really support pre-AP, AP, SAT, College Board, academic style learning, okay, and writing and text analysis, etc. I currently teach in the Academy for the Gifted and Talented at Quail Valley Middle School. If you don't know, we're a district of about 80,000 students. There's only one middle school gifted and talented academy. And so we get a lot really top-notch kids from this entire district of 80,000. The ones that want to come to the GT Academy come there, and I get to be their teacher. It's awesome. So this part, don't worry, Daniel, Isabella, Eric, Shihan, and Emily, and who else is there? Let me click the names. This won't go on too much longer. And Justin, okay. But let me click back. All right. We will do text analysis. I'm going to show you some of that in a minute, because a lot of writing nowadays, parents and kids, you should know, a lot of writing nowadays is like the state tests and whatnot, and all the SAT and pre-AP stuff is always read a text, analyze the text with some sophistication and intelligence, and then write in an academic style about the text. I also will do advanced literary analysis when we read fiction pieces, because sometimes, I'll base a lot of the writing off of reading something that's not real long. It's not like a book. It's a page or two. We can analyze that. We can make sense of it. We can do, literary analysis. We can do short answer response. That's the academic writing that you see on the slide, or extended response, where it's a longer multi-paragraph essay. And nowadays, parents and kids, you probably all have heard of CER. Okay, claim, evidence, reasoning. That really is the basis of all academic writing. It's going to be in your history class, your science class, your pre-AP classes, your lit and lang classes when you get to AP, or just your English classes in general and timed writings. It's everywhere. And so I can support you with that. We also do, though, I don't like to just do academic writing because, man, we can only, if the class is 12 weeks long, doing the same type of writing the entire time kind of gets boring for me and you. So we'll do some narrative writing. Now, a lot of you kids have done a lot of personal narratives over the years. What I found is though I'm able to offer all kinds of advanced techniques and very effective ways to get better at that narrative style of writing. And that leads right into creative writing, okay, which could be poetry, fictional stories. And again, a lot of the same techniques that work for narrative writing are also very effective for creative writing. Okay, so I'm going to show you this stuff in a minute, but here's the kind of the what to know about the class. And I know parents would really want to know this. I do assign homework each week. It's never massive because I know the kids are in school, but there will always be something to do. Finish drafting an introduction, write body paragraphs, revise a draft. Okay, read a piece and mark it up for analysis. There'll always be, and it will always be due the day before class meets, and it'll be uploaded into a student folder that each child will be given by Momentum. I do give written feedbacks. In fact, in a minute, I'll show you written feedback on drafts from. I have hundreds of pages on the iPad from different kids where I've given them written feedback that I then upload to their folder. So we'll meet and talk about that written feedback. And then I upload it to their folder so they can see it. So it's like getting written comments from me each week. I give, and that feedback is customized to each child, because not each child is going to be at the exact same level of writing. And in fact, in this class right now, we have some 6th, some 7th, and some 8th graders. Now, sometimes I have a 6th grader who's better writer than 8th graders, but usually the younger you are, the more support you need. And so I individualize the feedback to whatever your level is, students, and I want parents to know that. And then during class, like I spoke of earlier, I'll often have a writing task. And while you are doing the writing task, I will make a breakout room and I'll meet with you individually so you can ask me questions and I can maybe write some more comments on a draft, but you get individual conferences as well. Okay. And like it says right there, the third to the last bullet, it's writing and student action, not like today where it's just me talking. Sure, I talk sometimes, but I also, like I already try to do with the kids, I get them to say things, participate, and I give them things to write and do because it's a writing class, not a listening class, not a lecturing class, but a writing class. Okay, and then I do try to make the topics engaging and interesting, and I think my students have kind of indicated that they often find them to be kind of intriguing, especially if you're kind of a student who like, you might not always love school, but smart people like ideas. And if you're in this class, you're probably a smart kid who likes ideas. Maybe you don't like all the work and the homework, but I can help you get better at that. And we can write some stuff and make some progress for you individually. And then there'll be a class notes folder that will be loaded full of the PowerPoints, the rubric, or resource materials, support materials, models of what we're writing. All the stuff we look at in class will be available to you up in those folders the entire time that we are meeting. Okay. So before we get back to this intriguing question, Isabella, what animal or machine are you? Eric, what animal or machine are you? Andrew, oh, we have a new Andrew's here now. Turn your camera on if you can, Andrew. What animal or machine are you? Shihan, what animal or machine are you? Eric, what animal or machine are you? Drake, hey, we got a Drake in here now. What animal or machine are you? We're going to do some writing with that in a little bit. Justin, what animal or machine? Don't tell me now, but start thinking about what animal or machine you are. And Daniel, yeah, do the same. I can't remember if I said your name already. There's like a big list. When I make the screen full, then you guys go to like a abbreviated view on the side, but I won't forget that you're here. So I'm going to stop this screen share for just a second and do a different screen share so you can see like the written comments, the text analysis, and parents, you can be looking at this too, seeing the kind of feedback that I give in this class. So I need to do a different screen share. And I'm clicking. You can probably hear me clicking and a clacking. All right. So the screen share should be coming live in a moment. Do 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 do. Okay. And although I like to sing and kind of do weird, I don't make you guys. Well, I mean, Justin, if you want to sing right now, you could. But does anyone want to sing? No. Okay. So let's take a look. Here's like an example of text analysis. Now, this is a piece that I had kids read a while ago. And we found parallelisms. We found an advanced parallelism called anephora. We found repetition. And so I'm going to teach you about text analysis. Like at first I felt it. I didn't feel the summer. I felt as all I feel. Now I'm not going to read this piece to you, but I teach kids what to look for when they're analyzing a piece. And I know this looks kind of messy, but we were doing it live time and kids watched me do it. And we noticed the transitions. I'm going to have it in pink right there. And then the next paragraph starts with to have it. And this was an effective way to transition. So when we analyze the pieces, because we're asked a question, what was the author's claim in this piece? We go through some text analysis, and I teach you some things about how to analyze a text effectively. All right. And then you can see, I think maybe right here, kids started drafting. And right away, I'm giving written feedback to one of the students on his or her thesis. This I met with the student and, I pointed out some things about punctuation, like the use of the periods. And so you can see, and then I upload stuff like this to the student's folder. Here's another piece that we analyzed. It was an SAT passage. And, we looked for transition words, which we have circled in orange. We noted positives and negatives, such as on the, because a lot of time, we have contrast set up in former days and the contrast. And so I teach kids how to analyze, trying to figure out the claim. Okay, let's go to some more extended pieces. Now, here's a draft where, I suggested this child that when we met that he tries to use a variety of verbs. You used proves 4 times. And you can see that I noticed that the student kept saying proves. And, one simple way to make your academic writing better is just to have variety in your verbs. Okay. I suggested that the claim needs revision, but also that the child had a strong ending. Now, here's a narrative piece where we talked about narrative writing. And you can see that also on this, I gave this student extensive feedback on some unclear wording and some suggestions for, things that we talked about, like using a comma before a relative clause that starts with which I just zoomed in on right there. Y'all are looking. Okay. Great idea. So I'm going to give positive feedback as well. I know it looks like I'm writing a lot on these, but we were meeting and so this student had a point of reference, kind of knew exactly what I was talking about. Okay. So that's a piece of narrative writing. Here's some poems. And in fact, we're going to kind of riff off of this today. Okay. And that is the I Am poem. And we started to, this is the one we're going to do today, because I ask you what animal or machine you are. And we're just going to write for fun a line or two together. And I'm going to help you make that line better and better just right here, live time in class. At Halloween, we did some creative writing where we learned about, this grammar and mechanics you're talking about, subordinating conjunctions. And then the students had to write a story that used all those subordinating conjunctions, which are the foundation of complex sentences, and punctuate them correctly. And then eventually I met and gave them feedback. So I try to make things timely as well. So when we get to certain parts of the year, now here's some planning for science fiction. So I think you're getting the idea that I give pretty extensive feedback. Here's an analysis of a piece we read about urban legends, and then we had to write about the author's claim about in this piece. This was really a fun and interesting piece. about, those urban legends that many of you have heard of. So that gives you an idea of kind of what happens in class and the extent and level of feedback. And hopefully parents, you can see, because I know this class is not cheap, but the value is there, and it's quite extensive. All right, so we need to go back to this question. And in fact, what I'd like each of you to do, Emily, Eric, Shehan, Andrew, Isabella, Daniel, Justin, I can't remember. Open up a Word document, just a blank Word document. It can be a Google Drive Word document. It can be Word, Microsoft Word. And on that Word document, I want you to write the sentence. I am a whatever it is you are, machine or animal. Now kind of make it be about you. I am a... Maybe I like birds. I am a heron. I am a cell phone. No. So I picked a machine and an animal. I just picked them up. I'm going to change the color. All right. So do each of you have an animal or machine? Can you give me a digital thumbs up? Where's the little thing where you can give the digital? You can do it like this, but someone click the button that make, yeah, there we go. Andrew did it. Everyone give me one of those. Can you see that? Yeah, Daniel did it. Yeah, Eric did it. Shehan, give us a digital hand up and a thumb up. Oh, Emily did it. I don't even know if Shehan's there. We haven't heard from Shehan. Oh, and Eric gave me a heart. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. You just met me. Oh my gosh. All right, Justin, did you give us a digital thumbs up or? Yeah, you're cool, man. All right, so here's what I want you to do next. Okay. And we'll just and actually, yeah. Okay, I have some resources pulled up. I already got some resources ready. So I'm gonna go back to a share. And I don't always jump back and forth, but whenever I need to jump back and forth, I jump back and forth, man. Okay. So I want you to go now to I am a blank and add some adjectives to describe the machine or animal that you are. And in fact, down here, and what I would do typically for class is I would load this into your folder. I have a giant list, and I know it might be hard for you to see. Okay, but I have a giant list of adjectives. Okay. And I'm looking at the list, and I'm going to choose a few, more than one, to describe what kind of cell phone I am. Am I a trite? Well, what does trite mean? I might have to look that up. Look it up on Google right now. Go to Google, or actually, my preferred dictionary online is Merriam-Webster. Am I an antsy cell phone? Am I a distraught cell phone? Am I a despicable? There's a lot of good vocab on here. If you don't know what a word is, don't always, dude. Don't always settle for the words you know, like little. Oh, I'm a little. I'm big. I'm going to push you in this class to choose some vocab that stretches you a little bit. A lot of kids would use this list and they would just hunt down the words they already know, rather than looking up some new words and adding to their add to your vocabulary, man. I kind of got my line. I think I'm gonna be a glamorous but I'm gonna go back to this. I am a glamorous, but no comma needed right here. But I would teach you why you don't need a comma there, but you don't. but bewildered cell phone. I'm just going to go with cell phone. I'm going to get rid of I'm just going to be a machine. I am a glamorous but bewildered cell phone. Someone put in the chat, what adjectives did I add to describe my cell phone? I'm waiting for it to pop up in the chat. Anyone can answer. Yes, Eric got it. Daniel got it. Okay. I am a glamorous. Now, have you added some adjectives to your thing? Maybe more than one. And if you tried and challenged yourself to add some adjectives that maybe you didn't already know. And so you went right over here and you were a smart kid, not a ding dong. And you went to Merriam-Webster, okay, and you looked up aloof because you weren't sure what aloof meant. And man, nowadays, this is all the longer it takes to learn a new word. Removed or distant, either physically or emotionally. Ooh, aloof is a cool word, man. And so, you know, when you're looking at that adjectives list, and, you know, you don't want to just settle for the ones you already know. Maybe you looked up vivacious or nonchalant, okay, or diminutive or dilapidated. There's some good adjectives on there, man. All right, so now give me a digital thumbs up if you have added adjectives to describe the thing you are, the machine or animal. I'm looking to see those digital thumbs. Are they coming? I'm going to stop the share so I can see all of you. I'll give you a moment. Those who are still, Daniel, have you added adjectives to describe your machine or animal? Give me a digital thumbs up or not yet. I am going to have you show the class your elaborated sentence. Now, here we are getting into grammar, but also effective writing techniques like adding descriptive adjectives and adjectives that are less familiar to you, rather than, don't be the kid who everything is good, bad, happy, sad, big, little, like you're still in first or second grade. You got to be the kid who expands his or her vocab. All right, and go back to the screen share. I know you can't wait to see the next part, nor can I. All right, I got to make this, hang on. Hide video panel, yeah. All right, so now we're going to go to the next part of and that is, I am a blank. I am an adjective describing blank, and then add a verb phrase. I am a glamorous but bewildered cell phone. And I want you to notice there's a punctuation mark in this line. There's going to be a comma, and you're going to have an ing verb with a phrase. So let me show you what I mean. By the way, I also have, and I'll put up on the screen, let's look at it. I have a list of vivid verbs, okay? And this list is pretty extensive, okay? And so what am I doing? I'm a cell phone, so obviously, ooh, am I gossiping? Am I mimicking? Am I mutilating? I hope the cell phone's not mutilating everything, dude. Am I prompting? I'm going to put an ing verb describing what this cell phone is doing. The cell phone is an analogy for me. Am I snatching? Am I terrorizing? Am I teasing? Am I observing? Am I zapping? So I know you can't, if we were in class, you would have a folder. I would have uploaded this. You'd be able to look at this. Okay. I'm trying to find the right, you keep thinking about which one what verb you might be or add. I'm a glamorous but bewildered cell phone. Okay. Comma. Now I added an ing verb and a verb phrase. I'm a glamorous but bewildered cell phone gossiping with my friends. And I'm already thinking about, do I want to keep that verb? But anyway, I'm chatting. I think I'm gonna go with chatting with my friends. Everyone put a comma and add an ing verb phrase like chatting with my friends, or go back to that list. And like I said, it could be elevating my standards. It could be inflicting damage on blank. It could be interrupting those around me. It's just some little verb phrase. It's going to be an ing verb with a verb phrase to it. We're only going to write one sentence today, but I'm going to make you elaborate it a little bit. And it might not work out perfect. I mean, we're just kind of playing around for the open house. Are you scavenging? I might be a pontificating. I don't know if I want to be a glamorous cell phone. You can change your adjective. Go. Good writers, Daniel, Isabella, Eric, Andrew. Good writers, Justin, Emily. Good writers, even as they're writing, they start thinking, how could I make it better? I think I'm going to be zealous. I'll tell you why in a second. I think I'm going to be a zealous. Zealous means like really kind of excited. I'm a zealous but bewildered cell phone chatting with my friends. Let me stop the share. Give me a thumbs up if you've already crafted your sentence to now add a comma and an ing verb phrase. Let me see digital thumbs ups. You're thinking in metaphor right now. Because if good, I see some thumbs coming up. This is a metaphor for you when you say I am. You're kind of making it a metaphor, and I'm going to make this about me. Now yours can be kind of fictional if you want it. We're just playing around. This can be creative writing. Okay, so I see almost all thumbs up. Justin, did you get your verb phrase also? All right, let's go into just the last part. All right. Now, as I said earlier, oftentimes our writing assignments will be written, based on a piece of writing. And so now we're going to add an adverb to the verb phrase. And adverbs are parts of speech that modify verbs. So we added this verb phrase, and the question is, how are you doing whatever it is you're doing? And so another material I would gladly share with you is this list of adverbs. You can look them up yourself. Are you ferociously doing what you're doing? Are you powerfully doing what you're doing? Are you wearily doing what you're doing? Are you sympathetically doing what you're doing? I'm just reading, obviously, random words off this list. Are you deliberately doing what you're doing? Are you bashfully? Oh, maybe you don't know what bashful means. You're not so sure. So, whoa, how could I figure that out? I could go right here to the Merriam and the Webster, and I can put bashful. And now I can learn that bashful means socially shy or timid. So am I bashfully doing it because I'm socially shy and timid? Don't overlook the magic tools of the internet. So here I am. I am a zealous but bewildered cell phone chatting intensely with my friends, chatting intensely with my friends. Okay. I was just thinking about this morning being on the phone talking to one of my good friends about the music that we're into, and we were very zealous and we were chatting very intensely. So well, actually, do you all know how to do a screen share? We're running out of time. So, we'll see if you can, I mean, they're going to have you write your sentence into the chat and then have you read it, or I might have you do a screen share. And by the way, I don't always end class exactly at 1 hour. I'm going to end open house close to 1 hour. Oftentimes we go over a little bit, not a long time, but if we're not done doing what we're doing, I don't cut it off at the exact minute that it changes to the next hour, because I know that you need the value of my time. And and parents, I want you to know that I do give extra in this class. Oh yeah, I gotta do escape. And now I can stop the share. All right, and I'm going to I've now opened it so all participants can do a screen share. Isabella, do you know how to do a screen share? Could you show us your sentence?
I have no idea how to do a screen share.
All right, we're going to teach you how in just a moment, because I know one of you will. Emily, can you do a screen share? Eric said, can I just type it in the chat? All right, now share the sentence you wrote. Oh, okay. Would you read it for us, please?
I am a rogue, vexatious weasel rat, always seeking entertainment.
Okay. And this is a great sentence. Vexatious. Where did you get that word? Was that on the list?
No, I searched it up.
Okay. Because to be vexed is to be annoyed. And so this is a great word. And then what I would want you to do is use an ly adverb. Because I think if you said, like, I'm not going to say like angrily or happily or zealously seeking, rather than always, because always is less descriptive. That is an awesome sentence. Thank you for sharing. Tell us how you did that screen share as you end your share, so that now Isabella could do it.
There's a button at the bottom. It's green and it says screen share, and you.
Okay. That's what it looks like on mine too, but I'm not quite sure how it looks for you. So end your screen share, Emily, and then let's have someone else. Are you ready, Isabella? Give it a shot. Perfect. All right, zoom in for us. So make it a little bit bigger. Just okay. Read it for us, please.
I am a languid and buoyant bear, blissfully chilling with my friends.
Blissfully chilling. Now, were you thinking of like a stuffed animal bear or an actual like wild bear?
Oh, probably an actual bear.
Okay. Languid and buoyant. So I guess he's lazy and he's like drifting out in the pond. Thank you for your screen share. Justin, would you so end yours, and Justin, can you do a screen share and show us your sentence?
All right, let me try to do it.
So you click the screen share button on the bottom. There it is.
All right, so I am a diligent yet exhausted computer, however unfruitful when I get home from school.
Now, this is a great sentence. What we would have to do is get that a verb phrase. So I'm a diligent, yes, yet exhausted computer, unfruitfully wasting time or something, and you could make unfruitful into an adverb. What I'm pointing out is this is a wonderful sentence. I love the word unfruitful, but I'm going to help you guys grow as writers each and every time we meet. I'm so excited by these sentences. All right, let's end the share, and we have two more, I think. Maybe three. Eric, are you ready?
I'm a bewildered and confused fish randomly swimming everywhere.
Yes, randomly swimming everywhere, bewildered and confused fish. Now add the comma after fish, and we've got it even better. That's called a participle phrase. When you have a comma and an ing verb that goes with it, it's called a participle phrase. That's the type of stuff I can teach you guys. All right, end the share. Let's have two more share. All right, so Daniel, you're up next, buddy. Daniel, do you know you're going to do the screen share button on the bottom? Okay, we're waiting. Are you still finishing your sentence? Andrew, why don't you do a screen share for us while we wait for Daniel to figure out what's going on? Are you even there, Andrew? Because don't see you. Can't type it because I wrote it on paper. Type it into the chat right now. And really, we can wrap it up. Daniel, are you having technical difficulties, dude? There should be a green screen share button on the bottom.
I just write it in the chat because my
Yeah.
computer is screen
Yep,
share.
do that, because then we can. Andrew, would you read us your sentence, please? Andrew, are you unable to unmute? You don't think your mic works? That's something we'd figure out, because I do require kids to be visible and be able to talk in class. But his sentence says, you can probably see it. I am a skinny but sleepy monkey laying quietly in my bed. Okay. And that too is a good one. I would challenge you right away to get an adverb that's different than quietly, because I think quietly is one that most people already are familiar with and might use. And it might be more interesting to have one of those other adverbs in there. And Daniel, did you type your sentence? Are you okay? Send it to us. Oh.
1 sec. 1 sec.
I'm just doing that to entertain you. This class is pretty fun. It'll be challenging. It'll help you grow as writers. Hopefully parents, you're there and you can see that this would be a value. And students, if your parents were not there, let them know that this is something you think would be worth your time. Oh, let's hear your sentence, Daniel.
I am an irksome and apathetic crow, perseveringly jimmying my way to my dad's limit.
Well, that's a great sentence to end with, jammed full of awesome vocabulary. Do you have any questions for me before we end class, students or parents? All right, well, that's the end of our open house, and hopefully I'll see you in class soon. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye.